Hello and welcome back to Spike Piledriver. Today we are going to go through the process of how to install a mod on Total Extreme Wrestling 9. Now, if you enjoy this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel here on YouTube. My name's Anders and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments as to whether this video was helpful and what mods you are installing. At the moment, there aren't many available to download, but there is a real-world update that was released just before the game was officially launched. It's essentially a conversion from the TW 2020 game. The mod from August 2024 by The Who has been converted, and it's just a basic conversion, fixed a few errors and uploaded there. The full version of the mod will obviously be released once it's been optimized for the new game, but it's pretty playable, I believe, from all things that people have posted on the thread on the Grey Dog Forum. Obviously, you can download mods from the Grey Dog Forum, our friends over at Be The Booker. There's also twdb.com and probably a few other places that I've missed, but they're generally the three places that I will check for mods and graphics and everything you need for Total Extreme Wrestling. Now, without any further ado, I'll go through and show you what you need to do to download and install a mod. So essentially, if you go through to this link here, which is the TW9 Real World Updates by The Who, he's got the database for the full version of the game and the demo version, so it will basically start the same data, just shipped forward to January, so you can play the January through March version on the demo. But obviously we've got the full version of the game now, so we're just going to download the full version. It's also got graphics, workers and belts and legacy graphics and everything like that to download as well. So I'm just going to download the database for the full version. It's going to take me to a media file link, just hit download and it will quickly download into your downloads folder. That's all you need to do there. Now look, done, sorted, excellent. That's essentially, I've already downloaded the graphics, so I'm not going to go through that, but basically it's the same thing. Click the link, hit download, and there you go. So, when you have done that, you'll have a downloads folder that looks something like this. So, the two graphics packs that I've downloaded are here, and the data is here. So all you need to do is select them all, right-click, and extract them. I use 7-zip, other software is available, and just extract them to a folder, and we'll figure out what you need to do with that after it's extracted. And whilst it's doing that in the background, I'm going to get the game open here and show you what you need to do. So when you get back to the main menu, like so, you click on the editor button on the left hand side. It's this one with a screwdriver and a wrench. And what you need to do is create database down here. So I'm going to do that, and I'm just going to call this Real World, because there you go, with an underscore, so I don't think you can have spaces. This will name the folder and the pictures and everything like that, and just hit create and you'll have an empty database created in that name. So what you do is basically go into your TW9 folders. There's a database folder which you've gone to, wherever you've installed it. I've installed it in Program Files, so it's Program Files, Grey Dog Software, TW9. There's a database folder, and here you can see Real World has been created. It's just empty, but it's there, and equally the pictures folder is also there as well. Real World again, empty, but we can fill it in as we go through. So they should have extracted by now, and they have done. So we go through to 08 TW9 August 2024, which is the folder that's been downloaded for the database. Click that, and it will go through to a number of folders here, and you've got your intros folder, which is empty, the save games folder, which is empty, and the TW9.mdb. Is that right? Microsoft Access, anyway, file. Basically, take all of those. You could just take this one and cut and paste into the databases folder for Real World. Hopefully, it will let you do it. Replace. It may come up with an error if you have got it loaded in game. Access denied. Yes, it does that. What you need to do is cancel what you were doing. Go back into game here and just switch the database in game back to default. There you go. And now that little file there that was holding has disappeared. So that is obviously a common thing to do, because I've done it first time here as well. So again, copy from the download folder. So this is back in the download folder, the TW9 database file. Go back into your Real World that you've just created, paste it in there. Again, replace the file and destination. You need to use administrative permissions. That's the right word. And it's pasted in there. Excellent. You can see here the date modified date has changed as well. Now, if you go back into game and you can change your database to Real World, it has been updated here, the description, to the one we've just downloaded. So if we click that now, you can go into the editor and you can see there are now lots of things here that weren't there a second ago because you've installed the database. Now, that's step one. Obviously, there are pictures and graphics to install as well, so we'll do that. If we go back up to the pictures folder here, we're going to want to be in this Real World folder that we've created. So we're done with this one. we can delete the extracted folder here because we've done with it. And now we want to go into the graphics pack and the bump pack as well for more figures, for more worker picks. Obviously, you just basically take all the folders that are in there and paste them into the correct pictures folder, so the real world folder that I've already created in game, and then you can just basically overwrite everything and any conflicts that come up. Do that with this pack that we've just downloaded here, and the second pack, which is all the worker picks. Obviously, we can do that at the same time. So we go back through to downloads, and then the bump worker pack here, and people and belts. Again, do the same thing, drop it in the same folder, and then you can see here everything is moving along at the same time. Once that has happened, it might take a little bit of time. Again, you need administrator. Oh, clicked on the wrong bit. That's not good. Clicked on the right there. You can continue with administrator permissions to move the folders across. It's easy for me to say. When it's done that, again, it might take a little while because it's quite hefty. The pictures for the workers and the belts is about 350 meg. Again, not massive in the grand scheme of things, but it could take a little time to cycle through, depending on the speed of your computer and everything like that. But as you can see, mine's now ticking along at a decent pace, so it should be done relatively quickly in about a minute's time. So whilst that's happening, I'll just remind you to go to the YouTube channel that you're currently watching here. Don't start that automatically, but basically hit the subscribe button. Obviously, this is my version of the channel. You can't customize the channel because it's mine. But basically, hit subscribe, like all the videos that have been released already. Go and watch them. We've got a CZZW Let's Play series at the Coastal Zone and some other guides on here as well. So make sure you check them all out. Like the channel, like the videos, subscribe to the channel, all of that lovely stuff. And now you can see everything's in there. So the picture folder has now been updated, so you can go in and see all of, animals are in here as well, but loads of other, all of the basic faces that you need for the game are in there. Excellent. So you can go back to your downloads folder and tidy these up now. You don't need the folders that we extracted. You can keep the zip files in case you have installed it incorrectly and wanted to go through a fresh install at a later date, but I'm confident I've done it right, so I'm just going to delete them and hopefully not regret it. So if we go back to game, one quick thing you need to do is database details and ensure the picture folder here is the one you've just put everything in. So if you've called it Real World or you've called it some other folder name, just make sure you select it and hit save, and then the pictures should link up with the database, and hopefully that will be the case. We'll start a new game and we'll just basically create a test game to test that the database loaded, but obviously if you've done everything right you can just jump straight into the save game that you want to play. Now it is quite a big database, so it could take a little while to get through the loading screens and everything like that, but hopefully it won't take too long and we can get the game set up. Obviously this is the same methodology for any other mod, whether it's Real World, default database in a different year, completely random database that's been created, or anything like that. No errors and warnings have been found, so we begin the game, and we're just going to call this test. If I can spell test. There we go. Start a new game in here. Obviously by default different regions will be set up depending on the mod, but there you go. It's the same process as I was saying to install. Not all mods come with graphics and pictures. Some use the same picture download, so you might only have to download the database rather than the pictures folders as well, but you'll soon see from the download links on the threads of the mod pages wherever you are of what you need to download. So again, if we go back to the mods part of the forum on Greydog, you can see what's been released and what hasn't, and what's coming up. If you want to basically, this is another Real World mod there. There's different skins you can download as well. Similar sort of way of installing them. But essentially, once we get through to the game fully loading up, we'll have a look at what it looks like. Okay, so the game has been created. We're going to start a one-player game, and there's quite a few different user characters you can use in here. We're going to go and be Snoop Dogg, because why not? We'll play as this character. Yes, why not remove them? Excellent. You can see the face packs working, the logos are working. We can go here, there's AEW, there's WWE, NXT, Ring of Honor, TNA. There we go. We're just going to start unemployed. No, we don't want to remove any companies. And basically just start the test game, or your actual save game as you like, and we're away. Away we go. So you can see the pictures have worked. You can see all the different faces that have worked in there. Wonderful. If you go through to other promotions, let's check out AEW. You can see some of the title belt. Okay, the title belts haven't worked, but again, that's an easy fix to make at a later date. If we just quickly look at their profile and their events, has the events pulled through? Yeah, so the events have pulled through, but the title belts haven't. And I think from what I've read on the forum, not all the events have pulled through, but most of them have. If we go back through to, not the downloads, but the pictures folder here, if we go into belts, I think it is, yeah, there is an option for either angled or straight versions of the belts. So I think what we need to do, basically, we'll go with straight, and we'll just select all, cut them out of the straight folder, and drop them into belts. Put them in there now, and then they should link back up. So that's an extra step to take if you've downloaded the picture pack for this mod. So now if we come back out and have a look at titles, there we go, they're all in there. Excellent. Just like so. And again, for completeness, because, you know, I don't want to be accused of being tribal or anything like that, we'll quickly jump over to WWE, check out their titles as well. Obviously this is set at the beginning August, so any championship changes that have happened since then won't be included in the database, so you'll have to just edit them yourself if you want to include them. So Logan Paul's still US champion, and where's the world? Damian Priest is still world heavyweight champion, and I'm not sure if there are any other title changes that have happened, but you get the idea. Obviously the new tag team belts might not both have, yeah, so they don't have the new picture of the speed belt. There are some things that will need downloading separately or adding to the database, and I'm sure once it's a full release of the database, the picture pack will all be sorted as well. So anything that's come in since January, I think that's when the graphics pack was last updated, will be slightly out of date. So any titles or events or anything like that that have changed since the turn of the year will not be updated fully in the graphics pack. But there you go, it's working anyway. It's essentially everything you need is set up in game to start playing. The rosters are all here with all their faces and their skills. If we look at, say, let's find Roman, for example, and we can, Roman Reigns, there you go. That's his skill set. There is everything like that. Wonderful. Overness, popularity, whatever you call it these days. It's all in there. You can find everything and start your own game and run through and play in the real world, and you're good to go. So hopefully you've managed to install your own mods that you've downloaded, which I have. If you've got issues with pictures or anything like that, there may be workarounds, so check the thread on the forum as well. They will tell you if there are things you need to do specifically that are different to the norm, for example, like those title belts in this graphics pack. But if you've got any more questions, let me know in the comments down below. We're glad to try and help you. And check out the rest of the videos here on the channel, and the Let's Play series, and other guides and experiments that are coming soon as well. Once again, I've been Anders. Please like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Thanks a lot for watching.